All right, guys, I'm going to go over the last few problems on your midterm review packet. Different periods got to different places, so I'm going to start with number 27. If you already have done this problem and have the right answer, then you can fast forward to the problem that you need to get to. But I'm going to start at 27 and work my way to the end. So 27 says, the table shows the value of an investment fund. Assume that the fund growth continues according to a best fit linear model. What was the original value of the fund? So it's asking for the original value. What is another way to think about the original value? Well, starting value is the same thing as original value. What is the other word for starting value? That is the y-intercept. So how can I get the y-intercept from this table? Well, for tables, we put them in stat. And once you put it in stat, the calculator is going to give you on the screen, it's going to give you y equals ax plus b, and it's going to give you the a and the b. Remember that the y-intercept is the b value, which in this particular case is 621. I know it's a decimal, but 621 is close enough for this particular problem. Okay. All right, number 28. The sum of the first number and twice the second number is -7. The difference of twice the first number and 3 times the second number is 0. What is the first number? So the first number is f, and the second number I'm going to use an s. And those are the two things we're comparing on this problem. So let's make our first equation. The sum, that means to add, of the first number with twice the second means equals -7. That's my first equation. The second equation, it says the difference. That means I'm going to have to subtract something. What am I subtracting? Twice the first number, that's 2f, and 3 times the second equals 0. Okay, all right, so this is a multiply, multiply, cancel, cancel. What will cancel with +2? A -2. So multiply by -2. So I get -2f, -4s. -2 times -7 is +14. These cancel, and so you get -7s equals 14. Divide by -7, and so s is -2. Remember to always go back and read the question. It says, what is the first number? Well, I found the second number, so I'm going to have to plug it in. So plug it into that first one. So f plus 2, parentheses, -2 equals -7. 2 times -2 is -4. When you move it over here, it becomes +4. So f equals 3. Sorry, -3. -7 plus 4 is -3. All right, number 29. The North Carolina Aquarium currently has 6 turtles and 8 goldfish. Each day, the aquarium receives 3 more turtles and 4 more goldfish. Which expression represents the total number of turtles and goldfish after X days? So I'm looking for the total number of turtles and goldfish. Well, let's see. I've got turtles and goldfish. I start with 6 turtles and 8 goldfish. Then each day, well, remember X is days, so I get 3 per day, so that would be 3x for turtles, and I get 4 more goldfish per day. Well, I still need to get the total of them together, so I'm going to add these, which gives me 14 plus 7x, which is D. Order doesn't matter, but X needs to go with the 7. All right, 30. What is the approximate perimeter of the triangle? Perimeter means to add all sides. Well, the only way I'm going to know the length of a side is to do the distance formula for each one. And before I can do the distance formula, I have to actually know what these points are. So let's start with A. A is 4 3. So 4, 3. B is 7, negative 1. And C is 2, negative 2. So in your calculator, you would do 2 minus 7 squared plus negative 2 minus negative 1 squared for that side. For this side, you do 4 minus 7 squared plus 3 minus negative 1 squared. And for this one, you would do 2 minus 4 squared plus negative 2 minus 3 squared. So in your calculator, I'll start with the left side and type it in my calculator. I get 5.4 as the decimal. All right, now I'm going to jump to the bottom, typing it in my calculator. 5.1. And for the last side, I get 5. Remember, I still need to add all the sides, so 5 plus 5.4 plus 5.1 gives me 15.5. If you got 14.8 or 15.7, anything close to that is fine. All right, 31. Sarah Special Sprinkles sells bags of chocolate sprinkles for $6 each plus $2 shipping and handling. The company decided to change their prices and charge $7 for each bag and $1.50 for shipping and handling. Which of the following is true about the function that represents the total charges? So let me start out by writing a y equals for the original charges. So originally, they sell them for 6 each, so that would be 6x plus $2 shipping and handling. Then when they change their prices, that becomes y equals 7x plus $1.50. Well, remember that 6 and 7 are my slope because they're with x, so the slope increased. So I can mark out B and D. And 2 and $1.50 are my y-intercept, and that increased. I'm sorry, that decreased from 2 to $1.50 decreased. So that is C. All right, number 32, the profit made from a school play is given by the function P of x equals 5x plus 200, where x represents the number of people who came to see the play. If the auditorium can only hold 250 people, what is the practical domain for this function? So domain means x values. In this particular case, x is the number of people who came to see the play, and it can only hold 250 people. So this says greater than 250. That won't work. This says between 5 and 250. 5 doesn't matter as far as how many people came to see the play. And I want all numbers less than 250. Sorry, my smart word is something weird there. All right, number 11, peaches cost $8 a pound and pears cost $6 a pound. At the local farmer's market, the total cost is $48. If x represents peaches and y represents pears, which of the following gives a graph of the function? So first off, x represents peaches. Well, what do I know about peaches? Well, they cost $8, so that would be 8x. And y represents pears, and pears cost 6. So that would be 6y. And my total is 48. You cannot graph in math until it's in y equals form, slope-intercept form. So I'm going to draw my line and circle y, move the 8x, it becomes negative 8x, and divide by 6. So I end up with, I'm going to write it down here, y equals 48 divided by 6 is 8, and negative 8 divided by 6 can be reduced, negative 4 over 3x. All right, I know these are really hard to see on your paper. It'll be clear on the test, but C is definitely wrong because it's going up. A goes through 6, and remember 8 is our y-intercept, so you can mark out A. B goes through 8. Let's see if it goes down 4 and over 3. Down 4 over 3. Looks close. Down 4 over 3. All right, I think D is the best. I know those are really hard to see. I won't hold you to that. I wouldn't give you a problem that's that unclear. All right, the important thing is, can you set it up and can you solve for y? All right, number 34, last two. What is the equation of a line that is perpendicular to a line y equals negative 2/3 x minus 7 that goes through the point 6, negative 3? Perpendicular means to flip and change the slope. Well, my slope is negative 2 over 3 because it's with the x, so I have to flip and change it, and it becomes 3 over 2. And then I'm going to mark this out. I only need my m, my slope. M stands for slope. All right, the next thing, equation of a line. That formula is y equals mx plus b. And I'm going to put in negative 3 for y, 3 over 2 for m, 6 for x plus b. All right, when you multiply 3 over 2 times 6, you get 9. And when you move it over here, it becomes negative 9. So you get negative 12 equals b. So your answer is D. All right, last one. A is the midpoint of RS. S is located at negative 9, 4, and A is located at 6, negative 3. What are the coordinates of R? So midpoint, that means x plus x divided by 2 and y plus y divided by 2. It also means to draw a line. So A is the midpoint of RS. That's what this first sentence tells me. S is located at negative 9, 4. A is located at 6, negative 3. And they want to know what R is. Remember, I label the ends x and y. And I do x plus negative 9 over 2 equals 6. And y plus 4. Y plus 4 divided by 2 equals negative 3. All right, I'm going to draw my line. All right, I'm trying to get x by itself. There are two things with x, a negative 9 and a 2. Well, you ask yourself, who's best friends? X and negative 9 are best friends. So I want to move the person who's not best friend. So I move the 2. Well, this is divide. So when I move it, it becomes multiply, which gives me 12. And then you could drop this down, x plus negative 9. So what still needs to move? Negative 9. When I move it over here, it becomes positive because adding a negative is the same thing as subtraction. So when I move it over here, I want to add it. So I get x equals 21. Over here, I draw my line, multiply by 2, negative 6. And when I move the 4, I subtract it. Y equals negative 10. All right, that is it.